Hi, I'm Bree.
Hi, I'm Anna, and we are here at the BYU Museum of Peoples and Cultures.
We're also here from the BYU Archaeology Department. So, Anna, what is an archaeologist? Do you look at dinosaurs all day?
Good question, Bree. So what archaeologists do is we look at the remains of what people have left behind, and from that we try and figure out what they have done or what they did with their life. So geology is digging up old rocks, and paleontology, like you mentioned before, is digging up dinosaurs. But with archaeology, we are digging up the remains of what people left behind.
Awesome. Okay, so what the remains that people left behind, is that kind of like garbage?
You know, it pretty much is, actually. And so we have a quick activity that we just want you guys to think about. Here we have a pile of garbage. And where do you guys think this garbage was found? Probably someone's home, or maybe someone's kitchen. And so a lot of these things that we have kind of signify, oh, they ate some pasta, maybe they had a birthday party, yeah. They have some games, and so with this garbage, we're able to figure out kind of what their days were like.
From this garbage, we can tell that they took good care of themselves and that they had pets. So just like Anna was saying, this garbage is the stuff that people left behind. The things that archaeologists study are called artifacts, which are also things that people left behind. Not necessarily garbage, but a lot of the times it actually is. So today, we wanted to talk to you about a specific people that archaeologists study here around Utah Lake. They're called the Fremont People. They lived in an area just around here. This is a map of Utah, and you can tell that the Fremont people lived in this dark green area. And this right here in Provo was like literally where they lived. This is their hub. This is where all the trading happened, and they lived right around Utah Lake, which is a really cool feature about Provo. So, about the Fremont people, Anna, what do we know about them? When did they live, for example?
So the Fremont lived about 1,000 years ago, and what we know about them is based off of the artifacts that they left behind. So we don't actually know what how this civilization ended, but we do know a lot about what it was like for them. And so here we have a model of a pit house, which is what they lived in. Here we have an actual adobe brick that we excavated, and from it you're able to see patterns or striations or imprints left from the beams that they used to build their houses.
This is my favorite part about this adobe brick, is that you can tell there's a hole right there, and in that brick, you can probably tell that that's where they put a piece of wood to keep up their roofs, to be able to see different things like that. So this is one example of the things that the Fremont people left behind that we study today. So Anna, we have a whole bunch of these really cool artifacts right in front of me. Do you want to hold them up? So let's kind of go through some of these artifacts and kind of see what we can learn about the Fremont people from the things that they left behind, the things that the archaeologists have discovered. So one of my favorite things that they have are these cool figurines. You can kind of see there are 3 different figurines here. Those figurines, for example, this one is painted, and it's really cool. They're literally called Fremont figurines, which is a pretty simple name to remember. But there's another picture of some of the different kinds that we have here at the museum. Those figurines, although we don't really know what they were used for, if they were used religiously or as toys, but we can tell that they were used for some really cool purposes. Some of them are painted, some of them are more simple, but one cool thing that we can tell is that a lot of these figurines have necklaces on them. Something that we can learn from that is that their jewelry and that what their appearances looked like to the Fremont people was probably important to them. We can also see here we have a couple of beads. Some of them are made out of bones, some are made out of stones, and some are made out of shells. Like I was talking about, the Fremont people traded a lot, so their shells could have been coming from different civilizations that lived in the area that they traded with often. do you want to tell us about another artifact in the case?
Yeah. Here, I'll switch off with you. So another cool artifact in this case is this little piece right here, which we don't know exactly what it was, or we know that it was used for gaming purposes, but exactly what the game is, we don't know. But it has these little dots almost like it's dice, and it was made out of bone. And they actually have a lot of artifacts that they left behind that are made from bones, such as this bone awl that they use for fixing their fishing nets. And some of these beads as well are made out of bone.
So overall, what we can tell from the Fremont people is that they were very resourceful people. They used the land that was around them, from the animals that lived there to make these bone tools or games or jewelry pieces, to being able to, they were a huge fishing community, so they used these nets and they repaired them often so that they could fish and use the land that was around them. Another cool part about them is we know that they were very creative. Their pottery is beautiful, and there's these Fremont figurines are also very insightful about who they were. So, cool parts about Utah Lake that we didn't even know were just below the earth or next to us. Just like all the cool things that we can learn about from people's garbage, you can also learn things about the people around you just by simply looking around you outside and in the ground.
Yeah, so that's basically what archaeology is, and specifically archaeology around Utah Lake. But archaeology, we use the things that left behind to kind of puzzle or put the puzzle together of what these people's life were like.
So we're really excited for you guys to be able to come visit us at the Museum of Peoples and Cultures again once we're open. During the summer, we have lots of really fun exhibits that we have available, different activities for you to be able to come and do and be able to learn more about archaeology and about the Fremont people, as well as other people from around the world. So come visit us at the museum.